I do understand why a lot of people didn't like season 5 of the Magnus Archives, even though I did personally quite enjoy it. I didn't think it was as good as the previous seasons, especially season 4, because season 4 was excellent. To me, season 5 really felt a lot like fan fiction. It felt like season 4 was the end of the series, and this was a fanfic about what might happen afterwards. I'm not going to give any specific spoilers, but I am going to talk about the general situation in season 5, so scroll if you don't want to hear that. It really felt like a fanfic. John and Martin are together now, and they spend a lot of time bickering and bantering as they travel across this wasteland. And don't get me wrong, it is adorable, but it's a very different vibe. So they're traveling along, having their little like couple moments and their little bickering arguments, being really cute, and then periodically running into characters from the previous seasons and then having a little interaction with these former characters, a lot of whom comment on the relationship, which is also often very funny. Helen is there rooting for them, being like the John Martin cheerleader. It's all great, it's silly, it's fun. This is interrupted by statements, which are very different from the statements we saw in previous episodes. Instead of being a personal experience, they're basically a description of a hell domain. I didn't think they were nearly as strong or as compelling as the statements in earlier seasons. So again, this is all just feeling like something I would read in a fanfic. All of that. And that didn't make it bad for me. I mean, the fact that I didn't enjoy the statements as much was disappointing. I kind of decided early on that I didn't really need to pay that much attention to the season 5 statements. One of the things I liked so much about the earlier seasons was the statements, how we get to dip into all of these different people, and we'd get this real sense of their personalities, their lives, how they're reacting to these various different things. And Johnny wrote that so well, getting into these different heads. He wrote it so well and he performed it so well. And that was one of the real joys of the first 4 seasons. And that's gone in season 5. And instead we have this fanfic kind of vibe, John Martin fanfiction. So yeah, I do understand why people weren't into it. As I said, I still really enjoyed it. And I definitely think it's worth listening to. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. It's very different.